Good morning, Nebraska. This is the Nebraska News Radio Show, bringing you the plain truth from right here in the heart of the Cornhusker State, where we speak up for the farmers working the land, the families holding our small towns together, and the everyday folks who know the value of hard work, local say-so, and keeping our traditions strong against all the outside pressures trying to change things. Let's kick things off with the big worries about foreign hands grabbing hold of our precious farmland. Chinese companies and investors are finding ways to control thousands of acres through direct buys, long-term leases, and tight partnerships with big AG outfits, even if outright ownership looks small on paper. Ties run deep into seed supplies and pork production, putting our food security at risk and raising real fears about spying close to military spots like Offutt Air Force Base. Leaders with business connections to these same players seem more interested in trade dollars than standing guard over Nebraska soil for Nebraskans. Over in the media world, our local outlets are tangled up in corporate chains and government strings that keep them marching to the same drum. Big owners like Lee Enterprises run most newspapers across the state, pushing out identical headlines and stories that echo national wires instead of digging into what matters here at home. Television stations and radio giants follow suit, cutting local voices while amplifying agendas that feel far removed from our way of life, leaving folks wondering who is really watching out for the truth in places from Omaha to North Platte. Down at the Department of Motor Vehicles, the rules let folks take driver's tests in a bunch of foreign languages without ever proving they can read English road signs. That means licenses go out with restrictions for a companion who understands English, but those rules hardly ever get checked on our highways. It puts safety second and bends over backward for newcomers while long-time residents play by stricter standards, making many ask why we are not expecting everyone to meet the same bar on roads we all share. The face of our heartland is changing fast with waves of folks coming in from Africa, South Asia, the Middle East, and Hispanic countries. Pathways range from official refugee setups and work visas to family chains and border crossings that end up filling jobs in meatpacking plants and factories. Towns like Lexington and South Omaha have shifted dramatically, with new languages, customs, and enclaves taking root while straining schools, hospitals, and neighborhoods. Longtime families feel the squeeze as resources stretch thin and the traditional Nebraska slips away without much say from the people who built it. That change traces back to decisions years ago under former Governor Kay or when big packing plants flooded small towns with cheap labor to keep profits high. Communities flipped upside down with spikes in needs for schools and services, all to favor corporate bottom lines over local workers and stability. The effects linger today, reminding us how short-sighted choices can reshape places forever. On the football front, the Huskers keep heading in the wrong direction under coach Matt Rule. Backwards plays, missed chances, and a bowl game that ended in familiar disappointment have fans shaking their heads at recruiting flops and strategies that do not build on what made Nebraska great. It feels like the program is sliding further from the glory days that united us all. Then there is the whole network in Omaha pulling in and settling newcomers at a rapid clip through charities, churches, shelters, and task forces funded largely by taxpayer dollars. Meatpackers and big employers lean hard on this low-wage flow while costs for housing, schools, and care land on the rest of us, creating separate communities that do not always blend in and leaving many to question if this is planned replacement rather than natural growth. Word is also circulating that some of our top leaders act more like pieces on a global chessboard, pushing policies that open doors wide and stir up division to fit bigger agendas far from Nebraska concerns. From health scares to border policies, the pattern looks like giving up local control for outside strings. At the university level, scholarship programs seem tilted in ways that favor certain groups over others, sparking talk about fairness for Nebraska kids who have been here all along. And folks are straight up asking if Omaha has lost its spark, feeling more stagnant and divided than the vibrant city it once was, with leadership choices adding to the gloom. That is your roundup this morning, Nebraska. From farmland threats and media echo chambers to shifting communities and leadership letdowns, the common thread is outside forces pushing in while too many in charge stand by or help it along. It falls on us to stay sharp, demand answers, speak out at meetings and the ballot box, and protect what makes this state ours. Keep watch, get involved, and we will be right back here tomorrow with more straight talk. This is the Nebraska News Radio Show, signing off for now. Make it a solid day out there.